The story of Atlantis is one of the most enduring mysteries of all time. It is a tale of a powerful and advanced civilization that vanished beneath the waves, leaving behind only whispers and legends. For centuries, historians, archaeologists, and explorers have been captivated by the possibility of uncovering the truth behind this ancient enigma. Was Atlantis a real city, or was it merely a product of imagination? The legend of Atlantis first emerged in the writings of the Greek philosopher Plato, who described it as a utopian island nation that existed thousands of years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was a technologically advanced and culturally sophisticated society with a powerful military and a deep connection to the gods. However, the Atlanteans' hubris eventually led to their downfall, and their island home was destroyed in a cataclysmic event. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of Atlantis has persisted for centuries, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and film. The idea of a lost civilization swallowed by the sea continues to fascinate and intrigue us, reminding us of the power of nature and the fragility of human civilization. The enduring allure of Atlantis lies in its ability to capture our imaginations and make us question what other secrets the past holds. Could there be other lost civilizations waiting to be discovered, their stories lost to the sands of time? The search for Atlantis is a journey into the depths of our collective history, a quest to uncover the truth behind the myths and legends that have shaped our understanding of the world. The story of Atlantis, as we know it today, originates from the writings of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes Atlantis as a powerful and advanced island nation that existed thousands of years before his time. He claims that the story was passed down through his family, originating from the Athenian statesman Solon, who had learned of it from Egyptian priests. According to Plato's account, Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, generally believed to refer to the Strait of Gibraltar. The island was said to be larger than ancient Libya and Asia Minor combined, boasting a fertile plain, surrounded by mountains that reached to the sea. The Atlanteans were described as a technologically advanced and culturally sophisticated people with a complex social structure, impressive architecture, and a powerful military. Plato describes Atlantis as a utopian society in its early days, ruled by wise and benevolent kings. The city was adorned with magnificent temples, palaces, and bridges, and its inhabitants enjoyed a high standard of living. They possessed advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and engineering, which they used to build their impressive infrastructure and maintain their dominance over a vast empire. However, Plato also describes the Atlanteans' downfall. He claims that their prosperity and power led to their corruption and greed. They became arrogant and power-hungry, seeking to expand their empire and enslave other nations. This hubris angered the gods, who decided to punish the Atlanteans for their transgressions. In a single day and night of cataclysmic earthquakes and floods, Atlantis was swallowed by the sea, vanishing beneath the waves and leaving behind only legend. The question of whether Atlantis was a real place or merely a fictional creation of Plato's imagination has been debated for centuries. Some scholars believe that Plato used the story of Atlantis as an allegory to convey philosophical and political ideas about the dangers of hubris and the importance of virtue. They argue that the story's themes of a utopian society corrupted by power and ultimately destroyed by divine intervention were meant to serve as cautionary tales for his readers. Others contend that Plato's account, while perhaps embellished, may have been based on real historical events. They point to the level of detail in Plato's descriptions of Atlantis, including its geography, culture, and political structure, as evidence that he was drawing on a genuine historical source. Some proponents of this view suggest that Plato's Atlantis could have been inspired by real-world civilizations that experienced catastrophic events, such as the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete, which was devastated by a volcanic eruption around 1600 BC. The lack of any definitive archaeological or historical evidence to support the existence of Atlantis has led many to dismiss it as a myth. Skeptics argue that the story is too fantastical and lacks any credible corroboration from other ancient sources. They point out that the vast size and technological advancements attributed to Atlantis are inconsistent with what is known about ancient civilizations of that era. Despite the lack of concrete proof, the legend of Atlantis continues to capture the imagination and inspire debate. The enduring appeal of the story lies in its themes of lost civilizations, advanced technology, and the cyclical nature of human history. Whether a real place or a fictional creation, Atlantis serves as a reminder of the power of stories to endure and the enduring human fascination with the mysteries of the past. Section 4. In search of a lost civilization. Where was Atlantis? The location of Atlantis, if it did exist, has been the subject of much speculation and debate. Plato's writings place the island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which is generally interpreted as the Strait of Gibraltar. This vague description has led researchers to propose numerous possible locations for Atlantis, spanning the globe from the Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean, and even as far as Antarctica. One of the most popular theories places Atlantis in the Mediterranean Sea. Proponents of this view point to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete as a possible inspiration for Plato's Atlantis. The Minoans were a sophisticated Bronze Age civilization with advanced maritime capabilities and a unique culture that flourished for centuries before being devastated by a volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, which is modern-day Santorini. The destruction of the Minoan civilization, while not a perfect match for Plato's account, shares some intriguing similarities with the legend of Atlantis. Another theory suggests that Atlantis may have been located in the Atlantic Ocean, possibly on a now submerged island or landmass. This view is often linked to the idea of plate tectonics and the possibility that geological changes could have submerged a large island or continent in the distant past. Some proponents of this theory point to the Azores, a group of volcanic islands in the North Atlantic, as a potential location for Atlantis, citing their geological history and strategic location. Other proposed locations for Atlantis include the Caribbean Sea, the Black Sea, and even Antarctica. Some researchers have drawn connections between Plato's descriptions of Atlantis and ancient myths and legends from other cultures, suggesting that the story may have been inspired by a real historical event or place that has been preserved in different forms across various traditions. Despite numerous expeditions and extensive research, no definitive evidence of Atlantis has ever been found. The search for this elusive lost civilization continues to captivate explorers and researchers, driven by the allure of uncovering one of history's greatest mysteries. The search for this elusive lost civilization continues to captivate explorers and researchers, driven by the allure of uncovering one of history's greatest mysteries.